This lady.
Yeah.
Send it to me now.
Yeah, I'm sending to you right now. I'm actually in the middle of sending you that now.
All right, guys, let's get the ball rolling. So we got some people still trying to join. Hopefully, hopefully in the future we get a little better attendance. I know it's the first time we're kind of getting back into these calls. But we'll get on it. I'll pay attention to see who's joining and who's not. But listen, it doesn't matter, whoever's here, whoever's not. I really want to set the tone for these calls, and I'm going to commit to doing them pretty much every Friday and every Monday. And what I'm asking from you guys, the agents, is just to make sure you commit, you show up. It's 2 hours of your week. I know there's a lot of things that are going on. We're always busy. We have a million things, but these calls, guys, it's not much of a training necessarily. It's more of a coaching session. It's more of, let's talk about what's happening, what's going on, and how can we get the ball rolling. Suhey, are you there?
Yes, I am.
So I want to try something new with these calls too, and I want to try to ask, again, it's all about engagement. It's just not me here sitting here talking the whole time. So I had this idea of I look at us like, it's this business as we're playing a sport, and it was a pretty great weekend. It was Easter weekend. It was a beautiful Saturday, beautiful Sunday. We have basketball going on. And I thought it was, I was watching the Heat play, and I saw, how at the very beginning of, before they go in there and they play the game and they're focused, before they run out of the tunnel, they hype each other up. They say something motivating. They say something that just hypes them up and sort of, sets the tone for their game and sets the mood. So I know this is putting you on the spot, but I wanted to kind of ask you to see if you could bring us like on the field sort of this morning, so to speak, meaning, it doesn't have to be long, just something sweet and short, but and I know you're always reading about motivational stuff. You're always reading, quotes, and you're always, putting yourself in a certain mindset of positivity or whatever it is, that mindset that you're getting yourself. So I wanted to ask you, before we get started with the call this morning, if you would sort of, like I said, so to speak, bring us out of that tunnel, like kind of give a few words. What's motivating you this morning? What's your mindset? I know you have a broken toe, but besides the broken toe, what's got you motivated? What's your mindset like this week, going forward?
Oh, thank you, Victor. Not so much for having this call, but more so putting me on the spot. Appreciate that. What's motivating me this morning? Taking the opportunity that having a broken toe has given me a 10-minute flash on how life can literally change from one moment to the next. So within 10 minutes, I saw my life flash before my eyes. And I said, you know what, I'm going to take advantage of this. I have a broken toe and we have a call this morning. I'm going to definitely push myself with my team, and exactly how you started the call. Whoever's here, whoever's not, this is just like a sport. Let's push each other forward. Let's make sure that we have each other's back. And what's motivating me? You right now, this phone call, everybody that's on this call right now, that's who's motivating me. And what are we going to do? We're going to make it a great one, and just one of many to come. Thank you.
I love it. And there's always things that are happening. There's always things that are out of our control, things that happen, accidents. And, we just have to kind of overcome, in our business, in our industry, there's always challenges. There's always things that are coming up. And it's just a matter of, making the best out of it. Like, you see, you have a broken toe, but guess what? You're seeing the positive side of it. You're seeing like, oh, wow, now I can actually maybe stay home, focus on a few things, and I'm sure, there's a lot of things now that, because you're not mobile, you could probably just catch up on a lot of things that require you to just be in front of your computer. So, you're at least still making the best out of it. So I kind of wanted to talk this week. And again, it's all about setting the tone for what these calls are going to be. It's going to be very different things. Some days we're going to talk about the market. Some days we're going to talk about, challenges we're having. Some days it's going to be a little, maybe we might have some guest speakers talking about certain things, certain tools, certain systems. But I wanted to start off today kind of talking more about, again, your mindset and your motivation and your intention and your actions in this business. So this is some stuff that I picked up. I used to pay for coaching a few years back, and I always think coaching and getting taught, getting important things is really good. I'm actually reading this book called Winning by Tim S. Grover, and I've literally only gotten like in the first chapter. But one of the things I picked up that I want to share with you guys in this book is, so Tim Grover, he used to be like a coach for Michael Jordan, and he coached Michael Jordan to those peak years, and he went on to be a coach for, like a fitness coach for Kobe. He worked with Shaq, he worked with Dwayne Wade, he worked with a lot of people. And one of the things he talks about, he starts the book talking about, the late great Kobe, and he talks about how Kobe at the very beginning of his basketball career, and he was making strides to get better. Like he was always getting better and getting better and getting better. And if you guys know anything about Kobe Bryant, you know how competitive he was. You know how that drove him to have an edge, to make sure that he gave it all he had to win in the court. So at the beginning of his career, probably the first half of his career, he's just making strides, getting better. And if you have to put a percentage, he was getting, every year getting, 10% better, 20% better, 5% better, it just every time getting better and better and better and improving his craft. But then he gets into sort of the second half of his career. And what he talks about is that in the second half of his career, like, at that point, you're already great. You already won championships. You're already, if not arguably the best basketball player in the world. You're no longer making huge strides of improvement because you're already the best. You're already pretty much at the top. Okay. So what Kobe, sometimes some of the things that he would see Kobe do were things that if you had to put it into like a percentage wise, like I said, getting 5% better, 10%, Kobe was already at 1,000%. He's already super high. How he can't get that much better. But Kobe would still do certain activities. He would reach out to people for certain advice. And the way Kobe would say, he would say, I do certain things at this point in my career. I do things that are gonna make me just 0.001% better. Like I'm not just all of a sudden getting 10% better, 20% better. No, like I'm at a point where every little thing I'm doing is to get less than 1% better. But as long as I'm doing all those things, getting better, better, and better, I'm gaining that edge. So how I feel like that relates to our industry is, we're always doing trainings, we're always going to events. Angelo just went to a mastermind where, when he came back, I asked him, I went to that mastermind with him in Dallas back in December, and I felt like we learned a lot, and I feel like he got a lot better. And I don't know, maybe he can speak to this himself. I don't know if he's listening in, but he went again to the same mastermind, and I said, so how was it? Like, what'd you learn? Bring me back. Give me some nuggets. What'd you get? And he was like, it was more of the same. I was like, okay, cool. It was more of the same. So you didn't really get a whole lot out of it. And he was like, no, it was more of the same. And then he's telling me, but I'm going to go to the next one. And the next one's in, December, and I'm going back. And he's like, but in my head, I'm like, well, it's more of the same. So why do you keep going to these masterminds? Why do you keep, if it's more of the same? And I apply that aspect. As Angelo, he's like, well, it's more of the same, but you know what? If I can go there and I can get 1% better at my business, to me, it's worth it. If I can get just a little bit more out of it, if I can get an edge over other loan officers in the area just by attending this event, then I want to go for it, and I want to be there, and I'm going to show up. What's your thoughts on that, Angelo? Any input to that? Is that true in any way? What do you think? I don't know if you heard me.
Yeah, I mean, 1% better. I mean, I feel like I probably got maybe like, if I were to put a number, 7% better if I went over there, because yeah, it was a lot of the same, but it's stuff that you need to hear because it points out the stuff that you're not doing and that you should be doing. And I mean, Mastermind, I was there for the whole week and I spent all this money to go and listen, and then the flights and the hotel. But like, even listening to you, what you're saying right now is making me at least 1% better, because it's like what you're telling me, I'm a loan officer, I'm not a realtor, but like listening to what the words that you're saying kind of makes me think like, shit, like whatever I'm doing now, listening to you, what could I be doing different, better in my business, right? So, and it's for free, right? Like I'm listening to you and it's like, I'm not paying you anything. I'll probably buy you a coffee. Next time I'll buy coffee because I came over here, I thought that you were gonna make coffee, man. You didn't have coffee. But but yeah, I mean, for sure, it's you know, I went over there one thing, and I came back like, shit, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. Let me do this more, you know. But it's definitely good stuff.
Exactly. And it's just about, so even joining these calls, joining these trainings. I recently took I took the real estate negotiation experts course. And again, it was a lot of review, a lot of things I've heard before, but I do believe it made me even a small percentage better at negotiating. You know, there was a few things that stuck with me. You know, it's impossible that every time you go to a training or you get on a call like this, you're going to retain everything. But if you go often, if you practice and you apply what we're going over, and you keep going back, even if we talk about similar things over and over again, those things will stick with you and you'll be able to go, you know, further with them, and you'll be able to implement them better. And you're going to be sharpening your skills as a realtor, as a salesperson. So moving on from that, I wanted to go over a few questions. So I told you guys in the WhatsApp chat, I had a couple questions in my mind, a couple of things that I wanted to go over. And I want you to write down these questions if you can. If you're driving or you're not able to, then don't worry about it. Just kind of keep them thinking in your mind. And if you can, if you're on the computer, you're able to put on the chat your responses to these questions. So the first question I want to ask you guys this morning is, are you committed to real estate? Are you committed to the real estate business?
Committed.
Are you committed to the real estate business? I don't know. You could unmute yourself too if you want to say it. You want to? Are you committed to the real estate business? Type it on the chat. Good. I guess some yes, absolutely, 100%. Okay. Good, 100%. That's awesome. That's awesome. And that doesn't necessarily mean, you know, even if you're a part-time agent, you can still be committed to real estate. You know, even if you're just, you know, part-time, that's fine. You know, you can be still committed to it. So next question number 2. Let's say we were in a group of people and I asked you that question and I said, you know, yeah, raise your hand if you're committed, and you say, yes, 100%, I'm committed to real estate. The next question I want to ask you is, how can I tell that you're committed? How can I tell that you are committed? What's your answer to that question? How can I tell that you're committed to real estate? Suhei says, I'm on this call right now. There you go. How can I tell that you're committed to real estate? Showing up. Isa says showing up. Right? Always working. You know, you can see it by the actions you take, by your social media. So if I was in a group of people, I said, oh, you're committed to real estate. How can I tell? How? If we're in a room full of people, I know they would be able to tell you I'm in real estate. Nice. That's great, Mithun. If you're in a room full of people, they should be able to tell you that you're in real estate. If you're in a room full of people and they don't know you do real estate, you're doing something wrong. Even on Easter, I know May was working all day yesterday. All right. All right, guys. Third question is where it gets a little interesting. Okay. And I want you guys to give me your answers on the chat. What did your Q1 results tell you about your business? What did your Q1, your Q1 results tell you about your business? What do you think? That's the third question. What did your Q1 results tell you about your business? Anyone? I was short on my Q1 goals. So what does that tell you about your business? Suhei says, I need to do more regardless if I have another full-time job. Also made me realize that it can happen, and with a team even more. Beautiful. That I definitely work hard but can do better. Nice. Heading in the right direction, but no room to slack. No room to slack, guys. I love that. No room to slack. You slack one day in this business and it feels like you're starting from scratch. No room to slack. So again, these questions, guys, I just want you to kind of reflect on those things. You know, what did your Q1 results tell you about your business? Always room for improvement. All right. Next question. What are you committed to in the second quarter to see better results? What are you committed to in the second quarter to see better results? I love seeing your guys' answers. I love seeing that you guys are engaged and you guys are posting. What are you committed to in Q2 to see better results? And it doesn't have to be everything. I know I'm asking you these questions out of the blue. It doesn't have to be every single thing. Give me one thing at least that's in your head that you're like, okay, I'm at least committed to this. What are you committed to in the second quarter to see better results? All right, showing up further, no excuses. Stop bullshitting myself. Very good, very good. Stop bullshitting myself. Sometimes, guys, we have to have that inner conversation with ourselves, like, yo, you gotta fucking, stop being a little bitch and do the work and do what you gotta do. Stop bullshitting yourself, stop fucking, telling yourselves things and we're gonna get to a certain question where that's gonna come full circle. You'll see, but stop bullshitting myself. I love that. Maylene says hitting the phones and trying to organize myself a little more. Love it. Love it. Having more consistent meetings with business partners. Going back to Midun's statement, everyone should know I'm a realtor. Yes. Closing out tasks, closers close. Yes, sir. Become more comfortable with the uncomfortable tasks like cold calling, for example. So these are all things that you are committed to see better results in the second quarter. Hit the phones, get organized, show up more, no excuses, have more meetings with business partners, closing out tasks. Okay, becoming comfortable with the uncomfortable, like cold calling, for example. That's absolutely amazing. In this business, guys, we're always going to be, we might be uncomfortable. There's going to be things like that puts us in uncomfortable situations, but just try to always remember that's how we grow. We don't grow from being comfortable. There's no, we grow from being put in uncomfortable situations and making out of them. All right. Two more questions. The next one is, in the next 3 months, so after the second quarter, what is something that you want to accomplish as a result of the success that you achieve over the next quarter? So I'll say it again. After the second quarter, what is something that you want to accomplish as a result of the success that you're going to have in the second quarter? So we go through a second quarter, you do the things you do, you see your success. What are the things you want to accomplish and get done? And this is not necessarily just business related, this is personal. What are some things that you would want to accomplish? How would you want to reward yourself? Or what do you want to get done? Okay. As the result of the success that you've seen. Somebody. Let's see. So Melin says, I want to get more listings and have a more organized system. Okay, but that's okay. That's something you can accomplish as a result of the success. Mithum, an investment property. I love it. I love it. You know, you're young and you're already thinking about, you know what, I want to succeed in this business, and as the reward for my results is to get myself buy myself an investment property. Love it. And you could do in one quarter, Mithun, you could make $20,000-$30,000 and buy yourself, you know, buy that's your down payment potentially for a property right there. So it's doable. I said it over and over, leave my first full-time job, my vacation to PR Colombia, and my first investment property. Love it. Love it. Leave your full-time job, go on vacation to Puerto Rico / Colombia, and get your first investment property. Love it. It's okay, man. There's no wrong answers, but you know, whatever, that's okay. I'm glad that your mindset is on that. Getting out of debt, stability is my main goal for my future and for my kids' future. Wow. That's powerful, guys. That's powerful. That's something that should be waking you up every day. That's something that's something that every day that you're working in this business, every day that you're taking action, what is it that you want to accomplish from the result of all this hard work and all these things that you're committed to doing? Getting out of debt, stability is the main goal for my future and for my kids' future. That's always huge. You always have to have something that pushes you, drives you, and make sure it's something powerful. Make sure it's something that's great. That's obviously a long-term goal, and not everybody, you know, has that goal and wants to accomplish that. But that's always powerful. So, May, you have an amazing quarter. You kill it. You do a couple of huge deals. You might be able to get out of that debt. So always keep that in mind when you're working on your goals and your commitments for the quarter. Okay, so I love that so far, guys. We're doing great. I have one last question. And the last question is there anything that's going to stand in your way or prevent you from your success in the second quarter? Is there anything that's going to stand in your way or prevent you from your success in the second quarter? I know stuff comes up, guys. I know a million things can come up. A million things can, you know, disturb our day, disturb our business. You know, but I want to know the answer. I want to know what you guys come up with that answer, with that question. If I don't let it, no, nothing should stand in my way. Yes. Only myself, no one else can, therefore no. Love it. The only thing that could is myself and my mindset. Guys, and that's exactly true. There's nothing else. There's nothing that can stand in your way from your success. I always say this, there's only one thing, and you know, the only thing that should stand in your way of your success is health. Health could sometimes, yes, stop your business, You know, I understand that, you know, but besides health related things, you know, there's nothing that should stop you from your success. There's nothing that should stop you from pushing forward, doing the work you have to do, and getting your business done. Isa put 100% agree. Only I can block my blessings with the right mindset. Nothing should stand in my way. I love it. Love it. That's, again, guys, that's what I want you guys to kind of get. If you wrote these questions down, really go over them, really think about them, reflect on them. And it's super, super important that you guys kind of focus on these things, and you guys, you know, are always kind of knowing where you at. We're talking about a lot about the second quarter, but let's kind of get a little more granular in this, and this is kind of something that I want to do every single Monday moving forward, even if we spend just a little bit of time. And that is going with, what are your commitments for the week? Okay, so before we get into that, you know, I used to, you know, plan for the whole year. Oh, well, I have my goals for the year, and then I realized that I'm being more successful and better at things when I focus quarter by quarter. I can have my goals for the year, but I focus quarter by quarter. And then I realized sometimes, you know, I you know, when I would plan my week, like for, you know, getting even more granular, I was like, well, what are my goals for the week? And I noticed that when I planned out my week, it's very tough. You know, you can sit on Sunday and plan your week, but by Thursday, Friday, it's a mess. You know, everything goes crazy. Life happens, appointments happen, things like that. So I started doing, well, instead of planning on my week, I'm going to try to plan the next 2 to 3 days. You know, let me do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Wednesday night, let me focus on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you know? So I started kind of doing that, and it helps a lot, and it helps you kind of staying focused, because I know when you sit down Sunday night, you can get the big picture, but it's really hard to stay on task by Thursday and Friday. At least it is for me. I mean, obviously you can schedule things, you can put things in place, like, okay, Friday I'm gonna do this, Thursday I got this, but the day-to-day is very hard to really plan it on Sunday night for what you're gonna be doing on a Friday at, you know, 11 a.m. you know. So so I want to kind of get into the habit of doing this every call, and I'm gonna ask a volunteer. If nobody volunteers, then I'll call out on somebody. But I want to know if anybody's willing to share, what are you committed to doing this week to push your business forward and to get you closer to those goals that you want to accomplish in the second quarter? Anybody want to volunteer? No, unmute yourself. Now talk.
Cold call with my team. Boom. That's it. Easy, simple. Take
Okay.
workload off of my team member, help them, not only for them, but also for myself. Take me out of my
Okay.
comfort zone.
Well, so let's get a little more specific though, if you don't mind me. Is there a date? Is there a time? Is there a specific place? When do you want to do these things?
May, what does your schedule look like today? You don't know? Let's figure that out. Isa, you're in the office. Love that. I love
Sorry,
that you're
guys,
there, especially so
In
early.
the shower. I'm in the shower, guys. Bear with me.
Beautiful. I'd love for you to turn on the camera. Oh no, sorry, this is HR.
No, yeah,
That's
no,
HR stuff. Sorry. No, sorry. Let's go back and focus. No, definitely. I'll get with May, whether it's be on the call in a
Okay.
safe way, obviously. If she's driving, let's not do that. But
Yeah, we
Alright,
just
so-
found out.
so
Sue
Sue, let's
broke
do
her
this.
school last night, so.
Let's do this.
yes,
Are you against jumping back on this call on Friday and reevaluating if you committed and you got done what you said you got done? Are you against that?
absolutely not. I'm not. I guess that, as a matter of fact, I take that as a challenge. Let's make it happen.
Okay.
Of course, you're holding me accountable.
Okay.
In
So
essence,
I'm gonna
goes right with-
so let's do that. Let's also jump back in this call Friday, and I kind of want to see where you got with that, where you go. Again, even if you get to it, if you don't get to it, whatever it is, this is how we get better, guys. This is how we all improve. We all hold each other accountable. We're all family here. We're all brothers and sisters. We're here to grow. We're here to improve. So I wanted to ask you that if you were against that, but I'm glad you're not. Anybody else want to share? Let me hear. I want to hear from at least one or two people. Isa, let me hear from you. What do you, is there something, it could be anything, it could be everything. What are you committed to doing this week that's going to push your business forward? Isa, you there? I can't hear you if you're there. No.
I am here. I just put it in the chat. I think this week I want to focus on a really good.
You unmuted yourself, but I don't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
All right, let's switch it up. Let's because I'm not sure if Isa's having. I know she was having tech issues earlier. Let's go with Mithun. Mithun, talk to me. What are you committed to doing this week to? I know I'm putting you on the spot, man. You're kind of like the freshman
That's all
here.
good.
What are you committed to doing this week to push your business forward? Talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm in the easiest spot right now. You literally gave me a clear-cut view of the things I should be doing. But you know, just continuing to do the small things that nobody thinks about, you know, go get my business cards made, go get, you know, my headshot done, go get a haircut, like, you know, little shit like that I should be. I'm setting the foundation right now, you know, for the rest of my business. And you know, to allude to what you were saying before, you know, like someone said, how do you win the year? You got to win the quarter. How do you win the quarter? You got to win the month. To win the month, you got to win, you know, every week, every day. So like right now, I'm in a good spot where, like, you know, everything's easy, but you know, I don't have that business flowing in yet. But everything in 2 months from now could depend on how I'm setting this up right now. So this week, you know, I'm committing to building that foundation, you know,
Exactly, man.
for the next few months.
And what you do today, again, you see the results in this business. You usually in this business, what you work on today, you see the results in a month or two. You don't see results right away. You know, you're cold calling, you're farming, you're prospecting. It takes time for you to see that result. But the key is get it done today. Okay. Because if you don't get it done today, then you're always playing catch up. You're always playing catch up and you're always trying to, like, in a way, repair what you didn't do the day before. So you don't always want to be in that I'm repairing mode. You know, you want to be every single day taking advantage of every single opportunity and doing the work that you're supposed to be doing. It's very easy, especially I always tell people this, like, you know, and I tell you this because you're newer in this industry, but sometimes it's tough to you know, be your own boss and kind of manage yourself. You know, if you work a 9 to 5, nothing against people who work on the 9 to 5, but you are always like, in a 9 to 5, you kind of get told what to do. You know, you kind of get told like, hey, you got to do this, and this, and it's easy because you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna get paid if I do this, and this. But you got somebody managing you. You got somebody telling you what to do. In this business, you know, we're here to guide you. We're here to coach you. But, you know, you're the one that has to go ahead and schedule your headshot, you know, order your business cards, you know, make your phone calls, do the things you got to do to get the ball rolling. It's up to you ultimately. So yeah, man. So I from what I hear, you have a great kind of a plan put in place. Would you, again, are you against jumping back on the call on Friday and kind of seeing what you accomplished by this week?
Absolutely not. I would be happy to.
Okay. All right, let's do it. So we'll jump back on it. There's one last thing I want to kind of share with you guys, and I was hoping to have more people on the call to share this, but it's okay. I want to do like a little contest for the next month and a half. And it's going to be on Sisu. So on Sisu, you can keep track of your prospecting activities. And I'm going to share my screen in a minute to show you that. We're also able to kind of create sort of like a challenge or a competition where we can keep track of who are the leaders in making phone calls, who are the leaders in thank you cards, who are the leaders in doing email blasts, you know, who are the leaders that are training the most. So you're able to keep track of those activities. So I want to set up some sort of little competition to be able to give a reward to those people who put their activities on there, and they're able to, in a way, just be able to, keep track of their business, but also kind of get everybody involved with it, get everybody going. And I'll share my screen real fast. Hold on, let me see where I have it. 1 second. So if you guys can see my screen, when you log into Sisu here, you go to where it says record. There's also an app where you can do this, but it also says record. And then over here, you can record all these different types of activities. And these are, for the most part, prospecting activities. How many conversations are you doing? Text messages, emails sent, hours prospected, buyer showings, thank you cards, 5-star reviews. These are all
Yeah,
activities
thank
that
you,
are
Isa.
prospecting, or they help you push your business forward. How many buyer
Victor.
consultations did you do? Listing presentations, lunch with a referral source, number of calls made, attend a networking event, how many connections, how many executed contracts. So I'm going to pick a
Vic,
few
you're
of
not-
these.
You're not
Huh?
sharing the screen with us. We just see you.
Oh, sorry. Not sure why.
Thank you, May.
You see it?
It
Now you see
says
it.
now we do. Yes, now we do.
Thank you. All right, so record. So you click here and see, so you click record at the top, and then you can record. Let's say, I did. Let's say, let's say today I attended a training. So I'm gonna check this little box. So I got one training. Let's say I wrote 2 offers. Let's say I got 1 executed contract, and let's say I got 1 5-star review, and I went to the gym. So you see, I'm recording all of these activities, and it's able to, you're able to kind of keep track and seeing how you're doing. So what I want to do is kind of create like a little challenge where you do this and you keep track of everything. I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think is a great, what do you think would be a cool reward, or what would you guys want as a reward for like winning in this contest that I'm going to be setting up soon? Any ideas? What do you want? What will motivate you? Anybody?
Yeah, I wrote it. I said food. Food
Oh,
always
my
motivates
bad.
me. Food.
All right, food. So it could be like maybe like a certificate to like a nice restaurant, right? Okay. Maybe I get you reservations at the, what's that place called? The fish place that everybody's trying to get into. I don't know what it's called, but a massage. Okay, food.
Oh, I like
guys
that.
just-
No, it doesn't have to be something
I would-
fancy. Hey,
Oh.
relax. Listen, nothing fancy. Really cool. I like cheesecake. You know that tres
No, it's gotta
leche,
be
some
special.
Mexican
It's-
restaurant we found.
It's got to be special. It's got to be special.
Hey, that's special. That tres
You know?
leche in that
If it's a
Mexican
massage,
restaurant.
it has to be an amazing massage. It's gotta be like, wow, like this is a massage. Like, we could spend a little bit on this. I was thinking, food first challenge, let's show up. I agree, Isa. I agree. So I'm gonna be trying to set it up this week. I'm gonna see what we can set up, but it's gonna run through, basically, I'm gonna try to run it through whenever the day that it starts this week. I'll let you guys know through the end of May. And it's going to be prospecting activities that track where you can sort of really show that you did them, because there's certain track, like we can't track your calls. You should be making your calls and you should keep track of them, but it's impossible. So I'd rather go with a few activities that we kind of sort of could track, or we could see, like, for example, the 5-star reviews. I could keep track of it. Like, you told me, well, I got this many reviews. I can go and check that you did get that many reviews. Executed contracts. I can see how many executed contracts you got. So it'll be pretty cool. And it won't necessarily, trust me, everybody will be able to be involved in it and do very well by it. Because you're going to get points based on different activities, and different activities are worth different points. So it'll be pretty cool. Element Polo. I gotta get you one. I gotta see what size you are. Another thing, guys, if you wanna, before I get off the call, I'll leave you guys with a few things. If you want to get involved with the Ojo referral platform, I already kind of tested out with Yessie being on it, and she's got a few leads from it. She's actually working 2 buyers from it. So if you want to get into the Ojo, just text me. Text me that, hey, I want to get into the Ojo. Remember what I said in the meeting? It's buyer leads, but there is a 35% referral fee that has to be paid. But if you're a newer agent, or if you're somebody that's like, okay, well, let me give this a try. If I'm in a team, most teams, you're either getting a 50-50 split or 40-60, somewhere on that range regardless. And the whole point of the team is that they're giving you leads. This is kind of the same thing. This is like, you're getting free leads. You don't pay anything. And if you close them, you just got to give them a 35% referral fee. There is some accountability that has to go with it. But we'll go over that if you want to jump into it, because it's not just you get leads and you don't work them. You have to work them, otherwise you hurt the entire brokerage from getting leads from them. So you got to be very, very committed. Well, guys, anything at all, any input, any key takeaways that you guys got from this call today? Sue, Isa, Mithun, any input, any key takeaways? Jennifer, I see you there too.
Accountability. That's what it boils down to. Accountability. Making sure that I make no excuses. Gather up with my team. Isa, May, Liz, I'm calling you out because I'm calling myself out. What's up? Let's make this happen.
Cool.
Growing and getting better every day, whether that's 20% or 0.001%. You got to be moving forward no matter what.
Absolutely, man. That is huge, and that stuck with me in this book, and I'm gonna continue reading it. I hope I can get more out of it. And so far, I would definitely recommend this book. I'll finish reading it. I should have it hopefully done by Friday. But that was and the book is called The Unforgiving Race to Greatness: Winning. And it talks about the cost of being number one, the cost of what does it take, and it goes very deep into a lot of things. I'm just early onto it, but hopefully I find more things to share with you. But that was definitely a big thing. So guys, I'm only asking you to commit for these Zoom calls just twice a week right now. Mondays, Fridays. Friday, we're going to talk a little bit. It's going to be a little different. On Friday, we're going to kind of go over the accountability part, but I also want to talk about, what's going on in the market. And right now, there's a lot of talk about, rates going up and things like that. And I want to make sure that we are communicating things to clients the right way. And I want to make sure we all are on the same page of what the rising rates mean and all those things. So on Friday, we're going to kind of get into a little bit of conversations. We'll probably do a little bit of role playing about that. So we'll go back and forth, like, hey, if a client's asking you, should I wait or should I should I buy now? And I'm sure if I ask that question to all you guys, you guys all answer it differently. But let's kind of make sure, let's all kind of see how we answer that. And let's make sure we're all kind of on the same page how we're answering that. So we'll kind of jump on that Friday. Guys, thank you so much for showing up. Missing a lot of people on this call this morning. I'm not sure if it's because they didn't know about it or they're busy or whatever's going on. But I really, really appreciate you guys showing up. There's a reason why you guys show up. And like I said, I was telling Isa when she showed that, you being at the office, working, it doesn't have to be that you're at the office, but you're showing up and you're working on your business. You're committed. Go through those questions, really reflect on those. Are you 100% committed to real estate? What did how can I tell that you're committed? What did your Q1 results tell you about your business? What are you committed to in Q2 to see better results? What is the reward? What are you going to do from your success in the second quarter? And what's going to stand in your way? And, you guys pretty much had a lot of great input on that last question. You guys pretty much, it was unanimously said that the only thing that can stop you guys is yourself. So get in that right mindset, focus, zone in, do what you have to do, think big. If you guys don't do what you're supposed to do, then it's just going to be another quarter. The second quarter will pass by and you'll be in the same spot. Don't be in the same spot going into the third quarter. I'm in the same spot in the second quarter that I was in the third quarter. So I got to start doing all the things I'm supposed to do. Do them now, guys, so you start seeing your results and you start seeing your business grow and more consistent closings by the time that third quarter comes around. All right, guys, so it's 10:55. I'll let you guys go. I hope you guys had amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much that you guys showed up. You guys participated. You guys were involved. If there's anything you need from me, I'll be in the office all day. I have an appointment right now with I have to go to my accountant now at 11:30, but after I finish that up around 12:30, we should be good to go. Whatever you guys need, anything you need, I'm here. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm reading your comment too. Hey, being aligned is key. We represent ourselves. You represent our brokerage. Victor, everybody who works here, think about that. Me too. Need anything, let me know. I continue to learn each day, and two minds think bigger and better than one. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm going to jump off now.
Thanks,
All right.
guys. All right. Thank you, Vic.
Yep. All right, guys. See you guys on Friday. All right.